am Bird Mejia, and this is
Tyrone. Tyrone.
All right, we are talking today about best practices for balance.
Best practices for balance.
Balance.
Inner balance.
Inner balance, yes.
Yeah. So, a good one for me, and it really, you'll have to feel out how, what works best for you, but a huge one for me is meditation. It didn't always start out that way. I think initially when I was really seeking balance because life was throwing it at me, my life situations were very challenging, and the way I was seeking balance was through affirmations. So daily I would say affirmations. One of the biggest ones I can remember is, I am confident. 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 And I say it like that because I had to mean it when I said it. And I would say it over and over and over. And whenever I would think of a practice, I would just say it. Typically in the morning, throughout the day, whenever I would think about it, before I went to bed. I am confident. I am confident. I am confident.
I like that one.
The other thing, if you're going to use affirmations, even if you meditate, one thing that's important is it's more than just about saying I am. I am is very powerful. It's huge. And just to verbalize it creates even more power. But whatever you express, I am confident, I am
Can I
successful. Bird wants to
I want to get it for a second. So I like I'm confident. I know the one that worked for me was I had to say I'm beautiful. So I didn't feel beautiful. I was not a popular kid when I was growing up. Like I didn't have the dates. Boys didn't pay me any attention. I grew up in an all-white Scandinavian kind of German community. And this was when I was going through this, when I was really like, it was when the man I loved and I was pregnant was cheating on me. And so I didn't feel beautiful, but I kept on saying, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, Bird. And I think for a lot of us women, because we were given like one or two images of what beauty is, right? And how much we don't fit it, most of us don't fit into that, right? But by the time we're 3 years old, we've got this image of what beauty, we have all these princesses. So I feel like even as a woman, sometimes just for me, it was just, I am beautiful. And then I worked on that I'm confident on this stuff. So, look at whatever it feels good, like the thing that you don't feel. Say, if you don't feel confident, say it. If you don't feel beautiful, start saying it. If you don't feel loved, I'm lovable. Whatever it is that you don't feel, start saying it.
The second part of that is whatever you're saying, whatever you're expressing to yourself, you have to get yourself in a place of emotional attachment to it. So in my practices of I am confident, I had to create that emotionally. And what did it feel like emotionally for me to be confident? And in that embracing those emotions, I would formulate ideas of what I look like as a confident person. So as that becomes a practice, you embody that and you become that. And then that becomes your natural state of being. So it's important to go beyond just the thought, but to create emotion around that and embrace that, embody that.
Yeah. Yes. Actually feel it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually feel it. I wanted to say something about the meditation as a practice. You often do more silent meditation. For me, silent meditation, because I've got this brain that I had a hard time controlling, that was just, I got a lot of Mars and energy and fire in my brain. I was just going, ksh, ksh, ksh. I had to use sound meditation, which looks like chanting, which looks like, mantras. That was really effective to really get me to that state. Now I'm able to do both, but it took me a long time. So, when you do the meditation, find something that works for you. Different things work for different people. And this is why we talked about we're going to give a few different practices, because what works for you might not work for another person. Don't beat yourself up about it like this doesn't work for me. And maybe it worked for you later. Like I didn't think ever silent meditation was going to work for me. Now silent meditation finally works for me. But do what works for you.
Yeah, there's several people that I talk with, and they have tried meditation or they're working on meditation, but it's more challenging because the challenges of quieting your mind. But if you continue to practice it, you only get better at it. So if you're really looking at using meditation as a practice, then just continue. Make it short. Just start off short. A few minutes. If you can go a few minutes, some of you can go longer than that. But as you become more practiced, you can sit and meditate longer. And what does that do for you? It really creates a space of balance. And when you're able to maintain that balance naturally, when you're not in a meditative state, then it will affect everything around you.
Yeah.
So,
So I know I want to say like a practice, just choosing, making the choice to say I'm going to start trying different things. I'm going to start trying different practices and committing to that. That is also an important practice. Just to say, you know what, this isn't working for me anymore, and I don't know, but I'm going to try different things and let me practice different things and find out what helps me achieve and feel good inside and to have inner balance. So I think that's a practice too, a practice of just trying different things and stepping into the road is important.
Another thing we can relate practices to is habits. So most of us, 99% of us, have developed bad habits, preconditioned habits, past habits. And you might be able to look at some of your habits and say, oh yeah, this is a habit that I have that does not serve me. I could use something different. If you identify anything like that, then think of a new habit that you could put in place that will serve you. And then 21 days, 3 weeks is typically what they say to instill a new habit.
It's good. I like that.
So practice that new habit for 21 days. And in your practice, if you fall off, start over. And then by the time you get to 21 days, it should be stuck as a new habit.
I like that. That's good. Another practice of mine, I do some simple things. Dance. I started doing dance when I was like in a lot of pain. You know, I did it when I was little, but it helps me like be present and grounded and enjoy, right? It reminds me of our natural state. Our natural state is joy. And if you put on some music, even if you're going through something, I started dancing in front of the mirror when I was going through, like I'd be crying. I was going through something that was so painful and I would just start moving. And the practice of joy helps you to center yourself, because then you start feeling what feels joyful and what doesn't feel joyful. And you start that inner practice of being.
Dance has always been a thing for me. My reasons for dancing are a little bit different. And why am I expressing this? Just because I grew up breakdancing. I don't get down and do floor work anymore, but I still like to dance. But it's just a expression, a feel good expression. Mm-hmm. So whatever makes you feel good, think about that. Just when we talk about feel good, make sure it's self-serving.
Yes. It's connecting to your center, connecting to your joy.
Yeah.
And to that joy and that calm within.
Yes, but just remember, you don't have to do a certain thing to experience a certain thing, like dance or go do something out here or over there to experience these feelings or emotions. You can create that in your space right now without moving. It all comes internally from your mind. So, what does joy feel like? What does happiness feel like? What does love feel like? You can essentially define those. If you can't, then focus on a thought or an idea that's going to create an emotion. Essentially, gratitude. Think about.
Gratitude.
Think about. That's for me. That was an initial shifter when I needed to shift my balance in my space. I focused on everything that I was grateful for. And if you have nowhere else to start, in a sense, then start there, and that'll put you in a space to where you can shift into transformation. So consider being grateful.
Beautiful. My final one is connect to your heart. Connect to your heart. Just breathe in slowly and out your heart. Because for me, I don't feel like it's my thoughts. I feel like when I get centered, I'm connecting with my heart. Just inhale slowly, hold it, and exhale slowly. Connect with your heart. Connect it from the divine. As often as you can.
And I relate that to a heart, brain, heart, mind balance.
Coherence. Yeah.
Coherence.
Yeah. Yes, beautiful. Last thing for you, Trevor, before we go?
No, that's it for me.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, beautiful ones. Some powerful practices to keep yourself balanced. Sending light. We love you.